Welcome to the ultimate backstage pass, the pulsating heart of the high school sports universe. Get ready to rock with the gang from the Corner to Corner podcast as they take their sports obsessions to new heights. Meet the dream team, Sean Kiper, Adam Muncy, Wes Crouch, and Darren Stevens, as they unpack the secrets, emotions, and triumphs that light up our local sports heroes. Whether you're gearing up for a game or unleashing cheers from the stands, get ready for an exclusive scoop that'll knock your socks off. It's showtime!
Welcome into another episode of the From Corner to Corner Coaches Corner, presented by Community Trust Bank. Episode 390 is here. Counting down the days.
10 weeks away.
So I called it today that I forgot to change that number last week. So last week was not 388, it was 389. So it throws our whole day of the 400 off. So it may actually wind up being not on your vacation. I'm going to have to recount. So
I'll change my vacation.
Yeah, you should change your vacation.
Just for the,
I think the 400th is going to fall on the 4th of July. We got big fireworks planned, everything.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
But it does go back to my statement last week. We'll just say 388 every episode, and eventually it's got to be right or wrong.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the Rumpke week that was. Still looking at mostly softball and baseball. We did have a little bit of track action, but it's hard to find the numbers. I tell you, that's for sure. Softball week 5. Bath County last week went 2-1. That moves them to 15-18 on the year now.
Or 15-8.
What'd I say?
15-18.
Oh, I'm sorry, 15-8.
Coach Kenny would not be happy with that.
I think I even typed it out that way yesterday. I had to change it. So 15-8. GRC continuing to roll. 4-0 last week. Now 21-1. And then where did you say they were ranked now?
Or 21-2. Sean, do you want somebody else to read these records?
No. What did I do that? 21-2. Where did you say they were?
They are number 9 in the
Number
latest
9.
Kentucky Prep softball poll.
Nice.
Coach Bucket's got them rolling over there.
Yeah. Menifee took the week off last week. Still 10-7 on the year. Montgomery was 2-1 last week, and now 12-10 on the year. So GRC, like I said, rolling. So they're definitely headed towards a possible district title and maybe even a regional title the way they're playing right now.
I mean, they are absolutely loaded top to bottom. We saw them last year when they were young and kind of coming on. You can kind of see this building a little bit. They had Lily Hill to the mix, who was at RDC, came here for a couple years, went back to GRC, and they have just been rolling all year.
She's been killing it.
Yep.
Absolutely killing it for them. So doing great there. Moving over to baseball, Bath County last week, 2-1, now 12-12 on the season. GRC 1-4 last week, had a rough stretch there. Now 9-10 on the year. Menifee County 1-1, they are now 6-9, and then Montgomery was 3-1, 16-6 on the season there. Coach Sutton has those guys rolling. For sure on the baseball side. So.
Shout out Jace Mays, hit his first home run against Greenup County the other day.
Nice. Well, I saw that he hit the home run. I didn't realize
First
that
of the year, yeah.
Oh, first of the year. Gotcha. Yeah. So
they've got a big game coming up. I believe they play Harrison County this week.
That's a big one.
I mean, that's the regional competition.
They play.
Hopefully, right?
They play Harrison County on Thursday.
Where
no, wrong. They play Harrison County Wednesday, so that probably won't happen.
Is that here?
Well, they've moved the time frame up, so maybe it will happen.
Oh, maybe so. No, it's at Harrison County.
Gotcha.
And that's, I mean, from everything that we've seen so far, that's probably your top 2 in the region going at it in the regular season.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that depends on the rotation of who winds up on the mound for each of those teams.
That game says it's here. So, on the 29th at 5:45.
Okay.
They might get that in. The rain's supposed to stop around 10.
That'd be a good game.
Yeah, that'd be a real good game. Get out to Bobby Joe Whitaker Field and watch that game.
There you go. Track-wise, the only thing that I saw was Maddie's run. I know she finished first in one event and second in two other events. Did anyone see anything else?
Did not. We've got.
Yeah.
We might have. We got.
We'll show that later.
Okay.
And then I know is that the bass stuff you got pulled up there?
I do. And if they're not in anything later,
They're not.
okay. Then I sent a picture.
Well, they are.
I sent a picture to Daron, and he can pull it up just whenever.
How long ago did you send the picture? 5 seconds ago?
About 27 seconds ago.
But I'll go through the regional competition that was at Kentucky. No, not at Kentucky Lake. It was at Harrington Lake.
Yep.
Regional champs were on the all-girls side were Zoe Ingram and Maddie Wells. They went 5 fish. They caught their limit of 5 fish. 8 pounds 10 ounces was the regional champ. Big fish of everybody that competed in the all-girls, Maddie Wells. And then in the co-ed division, then they had a 4th place team of Kinley French and Emma Branham, and then a 6th place team of Brooklyn Martin and Adeline Tabor. So I think all of them.
There you go, Wes.
All of them get there. And the reason I put this one up is because Maddie did the double. She did the double.
She did.
Like doing the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. She fished, won a regional championship, got back to Montgomery County, and went to prom.
There you go.
So she pulled the double on that day.
That's a cool photo. That's a really cool
So
photo.
congrats to Zoe Ingram and Maddie Wells.
And Adam, to answer your question, it was a minute and a half ago.
That was 7:07, so 4 minutes.
Co-ed division, 4th place, Kai Rawls and Bentley Long.
Way to go, Kai.
Here's what gets me. They placed 4th with 5 fish, 11 pounds and 13 ounces. 5th place, Jackson Vice and Mason Montgomery, 4 fish, 11 pounds, 12 ounces. Mason Montgomery came out with the big fish of the night, 5 pounds and 4 ounces. That's a pretty good fish. 6th place, Beckham Dice and Logan Miller, 5 fish, 11 pounds, 10 ounces. So we're separating by 1 ounce on all these. 12th place, Gavin Adams and Brody Bailey. And then 26th place of Bryson Beasley and Triton Anbury. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's 6 co-ed teams and 4 all-girl teams. 7 of the 10 teams qualified for state.
Nice.
Bass fishing team, bass fishing school.
Coach Cobb and Coach
Vice and assistant coach Cobb.
Just continue to roll those bass fishermen out there, because Montgomery County has become a pretty good standard for the bass competition.
100%.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So great job to everyone there on that. Look forward to seeing what you guys can do at state. So, all right. Well, that was the Rumpke week that was. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to welcome in GRC head coach Dane Damron. We'll be right back.
At Rumpke Waste and Recycling, family is at the heart of all we do. Our name is on every truck, every container, every facility. And we take pride in what our family name represents. Friendly, reliable service. Families trust us. Businesses trust us. Communities trust us. And you can too. Learn more about our family business and the important work we do at Rumpke.com. Rumpke, waste and recycling done right.
Anthony is using Community Trust Bank's mobile banking with Zelle to have the driveway shoveled, his part of the big lunch meeting, and the birthday gift for the niece that was due yesterday. That means Anthony made it on time to watch the big game and see the home team score the winning shot. Mobile banking with Zelle at Community Trust Bank. Fast, easy, and secure.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
If you're serious about getting better, stronger, and faster, Downtown Athletic Club is the place to be. With top-tier equipment and commitment to helping reach each of your goals. Need to get back in the game? Go visit Downtown Athletic Club today. All right, so we are back here, the Community Trust Bank Coach's Corner, with Coach Dane Damron from GRC. Coach, welcome to the show. Thank you.
Welcome
so
back.
much.
It's good to be here. I like your new digs.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, we could say the same for you, Coach.
Yes, yes.
Last time you were here, you were coaching the Greyhounds.
Yeah, it was a good 11 months. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The people at Paris were fantastic and loved every minute of it, but really relished this challenge.
And it is definitely a challenge. Not a matter of what you see on the field at Clark County, but man, being in 6A in the district you all are in, it's like you're playing the best of the best in your all's district. So what like you said, taking on the challenge, what lured you in, and what did you like when you were like, okay, I'm going to try to get this job, and they did hire you?
Well, I think it's just the opportunity to try to build a program. If the fact that the district we're in, the district that you're in, the fact that you're in 6A, if that's going to scare somebody away, then nobody would ever take a job in the SEC.
That's true. Very true.
You would want to stay coaching in the MAC. But, you relish the opportunity. I think that there's no doubt the people of Clark County and, of all Winchester love sports. Mm-hmm. That's obvious by the amount of money, the amount of people they took to the state tournament 2 straight weeks.
Yep. Right.
They love it.
100%.
And, it's our job to do everything we can to get football on that level. Are we going to win a state championship at GRC? Well, I don't know. I know that it's going to be incredibly tough, but, nobody thought Indiana would win a national championship in football. And so that's what we're going to strive to do every day. And I think the only way that we can get that taken care of is we just got to worry about us. I think it would be easy to sit there and gripe and moan about Frederick Douglass, about Trinity, and about St. X, and about Bryan. That doesn't have anything to do with us. So we got to make sure that we're just focusing every single day on getting our numbers where they need to be and putting the most competitive product on the field. And we're going to win some, we're going to lose some, but we're going to play hard every week, and I think it can be done. It's been done in the past, and I think it can be done. And you just gotta be smart of how you're measuring success. Our success doesn't have anything to do with anybody else's success. We've got to make sure that we're worried about GRC, and I think if we can get that mindset and then go out and let the 10 games you play take care of themselves.
So one of the cool things, just kind of peel back the curtain a little bit, one of the cool things about doing a show like this and getting to meet different coaches is when openings come and then people start telling you stuff. And I got a call from a guy and was like, rumor is Dane Damron put in for the Clark County job. And I was like, if he put in for it, that's the one you want, no questions asked. What was it like to go from Paris, a 1A school, to where you're going through the hallways and like trying to get kids out? Now you're at GRC where kids almost come to you.
Well, there's more people in first lunch at GRC than there was all Paris High School.
Right.
Yeah.
But as I said, the 11 months that I spent at Paris were awesome. And I had taken a year off from football, took a red shirt year, if you will, and made me realize how much I wanted to coach, and made me realize how much I loved being around the players. And so it truly invigorated me. And there were there were times that job was the toughest thing that I'd ever done in football, but it sure was rewarding the second week of the playoffs when we went and had a chance to beat Sayre, and those didn't have a lot of them, but those kids we had at Paris did everything we ever asked them to do, and it was awesome. It was not an easy decision. Telling those kids I was leaving was difficult, and like I said, they did everything, but it was just hard to hire staff there. I went through the first 3 weeks of summer camp with me and 2 other guys. It was just so hard to have a coaching staff there every single day, and then I would think I had the greatest practice schedule in the world there, and I'd have 16 kids show up. And that just got to be incredibly hard. I mean, the 16 that were there worked their tail off, and then, I think the principal that they hired at Paris, Dr. Wade, is fantastic. I think he's fantastic, and so it was a tough decision to make, but getting to Clark County, getting to GRC High School, there are a whole lot more kids to choose from. It's just a lot of them haven't played in the last couple of years, and my job has been to dissect that and try to diagnose why they haven't been playing, and then try to get them out. And it's not going to be done just in this year. I mean, it's going to be a cumulative thing. I do believe one of the things that hurts us a little bit is just having one middle school. So I'm not getting 60 eighth graders every year because there's a 30 team eighth graders program at 2 schools. So we've got to get those kids out there. But I think with what we're trying to do with our youth program and how we're trying to get that all under one roof to get that taken care of is going to help. But there are a lot of good athletes in the hallways. I tell people all the time jokingly, I could walk through the hallways to the last school I was at, and there wasn't a lineman in the school. But they're big old boys walking down the hallway at GRC, and I just got to get them out. And football's hard. Football's hard to do. It's hot in January. It's hot in June. It's hot in July. So we got to get those kids out, and we will. We'll get them out, and we'll put a good program on the field. And the people of Clark County are excited right now.
Montez, he's talking to you.
Yeah, Montez Gay, come on out. Yeah. Football tryouts.
Win a state championship there, and then hey, you never know.
Oh yeah,
that'd be
good.
Well, I mean, they do have that little thing where he's going around trying all different things throughout the school and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
the one thing I've noticed right off the bat is last time you were on, the shirt that you had on, I don't know that we had seen that emblem for the Greyhounds.
Yep.
I don't know that I've seen this for
this is
Clark
fresh.
County. I was gonna say I don't think I've seen the Cardinal with the running the football. I was like, oh, that's new.
And since you mentioned, I think I asked for a 2X in that Paris logo. I had never got it.
Well, I didn't have enough money in Paris to buy that, but we'll see what we can do.
Adam, you ain't getting that one either.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was telling Adam he ain't getting that one either.
I think I might have a better shot at that one.
Well, this is a good look.
Yeah, it is. I'm not a fan of the yellow, but
you got to make them stand out.
I don't. I guess that's what that is. But I think anytime you come in, you want to try to create as much excitement and doing something.
A little bit of a rebrand.
A little bit of a rebrand. I think it's exciting, and I think it'll be pretty. And I'm not one that likes to get a logo and show somebody carrying a football and put football underneath it, because then it becomes football. So we've got the Cardinal carrying the football.
Yeah.
And, we're going to try to get that thing out, and middle school's going to try to use it and do that, and try to get this Cardinal out and about, and try to have our own little identity.
And on the back, you got a hashtag AACC. What's
Yeah,
that stand
it's
for?
all about Clark County, and I think that's important because, as I said, what those other schools are doing doesn't have anything to do with us. And if we're going to spend a lot of time worrying about this school, that school, we're not going to get done what we got to get done. I tell my kids all the time, you know, I've got my wife, I've got my 2 children, I've got my relationship with the Lord, and I got Clark County football. And that's what it's going to be about, because those are the 4 things that I have something to do with, and I don't have anything to do with anything else. And so I'm going to try to make my wife happy, which I think I do. I'm about 10% on that. My son's now the running back coach at Morehead State University, which is pretty exciting for me. I tried to discourage it, you know, getting into the college life, because I lived that for a long time. And, you know, I had a great opportunity to work for Dean Hood at Eastern Kentucky, who allowed us to be husbands and fathers, and that doesn't always happen in college football. And I told my son, you've got to understand that the dad you saw as a college football coach, that doesn't happen everywhere. You know, so just understand, you know, that you're going to be guarding your desk a lot, and we didn't have to do that. And then I got my daughter, who is married and a school teacher. She's married and is a school teacher down in Tennessee. And then try to get with the Lord as much as I can. And then try to coach the Cardinals. And truly excited. I think Justin Arms is an unbelievable principal. And, you know, Terry Yeast does a great job as our athletic director. Mr. Howard is an unbelievable superintendent. You know, so I think all the pieces are in place to try to build a football program there. But it's just going to take time. You know, and we're gonna do everything we can to get that done.
Speaking of pieces, have you been able to finish out your staff? I mean, how many you got assistant coaches, and who are they?
Yeah, I think I've got them. You know, Matt Chandler, who was the head coach at Hazard, is going to be my.
Oh, that's right.
He's going to be my offensive line coach. He's going to be my offensive line coach, and Josiah Israel, who played at Clark County, is back, going to be my running back coach. Tavon Dunn was my wide receiver coach at Paris, but he actually taught at GRC. And so he's running the weight room and is coaching my wide receivers. Tristan Jones, who was there last year, is coaching my tight ends. Chris Shear helped last year, and he's back. And then Vernon Shear has been at GRC forever. You know, I told him he's my chief of staff. And, I listen to Vernon, and I listen to my wife. And then DJ White has come over from Danville. He was a 3-time All-American at Georgetown College, and then was at Great Crossings for a year, and then was at Danville last year, and then he's running our defense. Silent Mays is a GRC guy, and he was at East Jessamine the last couple of years, and he's come back. And then Alex Belcher is coaching our secondary right now. And then we've got some other guys that are helping us out in spring and kind of on a tryout basis. You know, they worked at the middle school, and just trying them out and see if they're going to be a fit. And I think one of them is. And, you know, once we make that official, you know, if that's the route we're going to go, we'll make that official and get that out there. But I'm excited. You know, it's one of the great things about coaching is the relationship you build with your staff. And it's fun being able to come back into the locker room after practice, and you have 10 guys sitting in there and get to bust each other's chops and have a good time. You know, because we've got everybody divided up right now. We're just going one way. You know, we've got close to 50 out, not counting 8th graders. You know, and we've had close to 30, so we're up close to 80. You know, which is pretty good. They dressed 36 the last game of the season last year, so we're really trying to get the numbers back out. But having an offense and a defensive staff, you know, there's some healthy competition and doing some stuff, and so that has excited me probably as much as anything, is being around a staff and having the opportunity, because I think I've got a lot of good young guys that want to grow into coordinators and grow into head coaches. And so, you know, hopefully this is my last stop, and I'm training some kids and developing some young men that are going to have the opportunity to be coordinators and being coaches, because when it's all said and done, when you're a high school coach, you know, your legacy that you leave is what the kids that the kids that you coached and the assistant coaches that you had a chance to develop, because that's what it's all about. Because still the most meaningful thing that I have now is when Wayne Dickens, who is the team chaplain at SMU, who played for me at Lake Gibson High School, when he calls me, because we talk once a month, and just the kids, the TJ Pryors of the world, who was my quarterback at Eastern, the Jared McLeans of the world, who was my quarterback at Eastern, those guys that I had a chance to coach, when they call you and they send you pictures of their kids and seeing what they're doing, that's what this is all about. Because in the grand scheme of things, nobody cares how many games I've won. They don't care if I was on Georgetown's national. Nobody cares about that, But it's what we're doing to try to develop these young men and turn them into men. Because that's as my dad used to tell me. My dad won 4 national championships as the head basketball coach at Kentucky Christian College. And he didn't have a ring. He never got a ring. And they said, "I don't care about that." And so it's what we're trying to develop with these young men. And we had a tragedy at our school. This weekend. We had several of those kids, that were buddies with that young man that were at practice today, and just having them come up to me and thanking me today, Coach, thank you for. This was therapeutic. I needed to just be able to get away, for this hour and a half today. And so that's what it's all about. Wins and losses, that takes care of themselves. We want to win every week. There's no doubt about it. We want to beat every team we play.
Is that the biggest difference between, you've coached so much in college, that the biggest difference in college and high school? And you want to see these kids develop. You want to see them develop in college too. But college is a little bit more, you're here to win. We want you to graduate. We want you to get through college. But high school is, not all of them get to come out of high school and go to play in college.
College is a little bit more transactional.
Yeah.
What can we do for? What can you do for me? What can we do for you?
Gotcha.
It's a little bit more transactional, but it still goes back to, I told these kids all the time, besides Jesus Christ, my dad's the greatest human that ever lived. And so you're going to hear me talk about my dad a lot. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the stuff, of course, I get from my dad, but also having a chance to work for Coach Hood, because we dove and spent so much time into the lives of those kids. Because, kids today are no different than us in the fact. The only difference is when Charles Baker, my head basketball coach at East Carter, asked me to run through the wall, I ran through the wall.
Yep.
Atheus Morris, a wide receiver I've got at GRC, is going to run through the wall. He's just going to ask me why.
Right.
And then when you give them the reason, they're still going to run for the wall.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's the biggest difference. And not only that is the amount of fatherless kids we have.
Yeah.
So I'm the biggest role model that a lot of these kids are ever going to have in their life. Male role model.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids will never have a adult male role model come up and put their arm around them and tell them they love them. They don't get that. And so I told our coaches, there's going to be kids on our team that you're going to rip their tail. I had one today. I got in him. Okay, but when practice was over, I pulled him aside, I put my arm around him, explained exactly what we were going on, and understood, if you can't take this ripping, you're not going to be as good a human as you can be, because you're going to get a job one day and your boss is going to rip your tail.
Yeah.
And you're going to remember back, Coach Damron talked to me about this.
Yeah.
And I told him, I love you, but you're going to have to grow from this right here. And if you can do that, then we can take the next step forward.
Yeah, it's the sad truth of what today is with sports and stuff, and not just in football, but in all forms of life. And you're not just coaching players. You're turning young men into the transition into adulthood, basically. And the time that you have with them will be key for the rest of their
there's no
lives.
doubt, because we've got our flag football going every Sunday. My wife's over there. My wife is a very integral part of what's going on, because if I'm going to talk to these young men, someday you're going to find that special person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, And so if I'm going to talk about how to treat a woman and how to love my family and do all that, they've got to see me loving my wife. My son was there yesterday. I was out refereeing the flag game, and when at halftime, my son he was there, and he came back and he gave me the biggest hug, and they saw me hugging my son and telling my son I love him. If I'm going to talk about that to them, I've got to model that to them. Yep. Because I tell Coach Hood, you say this all the time, man, we're doing kingdom work. There's not all the time I speak like I'm in the kingdom. I say some words I shouldn't say. If my mom hears this, she'll be very upset about it.
It's like I love the Lord, but I cuss a little.
It's so funny. We first time my mother ever heard me say a bad word, I had broken my hand and was playing in the national championship game at Georgetown. I broke my throwing hand, and I didn't realize that Coach Donnelly was mic'd up. And so, I threw like 87 interceptions in that game. We still won, but I threw one and picked it off, and he came up to me and he says, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" He goes, I said, "Coach, it's just so frustrating. I can't throw the I can't throw the ball," but threw an expletive in there, and I didn't know he was mic'd up. And so that night on Channel 27, they showed the news.
Oh my goodness!
And they showed that. I was like, "Oh God, Mother, I'm so sorry. But it was frustrating, But we're Coach Hood used to say all the time, how many seeds are in an apple, but how many apples are in a seed? And so we're just trying to plant an orchard and get things taken care of, and hope these kids understand that we're going to coach you hard, but we're going to love you harder, and that's the most important thing that we can do.
That's really cool. Planning for your future starts today with Keystone Financial. Whether you're building, growing, or protecting your assets, their team is here to help you, guide you every step of the way. Keystone Financial, your partner in long-term success. We'll be right back on the Coach's Corner, presented by Community Trust Bank.
Special thanks to Brent Wehunt, proud sponsor of our Menifee Athlete of the Month and scholarship programs.
Colors right. It's more than gear, it's your story design. At Incoviv Designs, every thread's a sign. Hands clacking, bats cracking, fans cheering. We're never slacking. Corner to corner, you know what we do. Representing hometowns all the way County's one voice, one goal, to lift the kids up and let the stories be told. From the bleachers to the field, it's all heart. We're more than a podcast, we're a community part. From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat. High school pride, we're repping every street. Sean West, Adam, Daron on the beat. Mount Sterling made, where the love runs deep.
When it comes to protecting your home or business, trust the name that delivers every time. CRC Roofing and Renovations. From small repairs to full roof replacements, they bring quality craftsmanship and dependable service you can count on. Give them a call today at 859-327-3913. CRC Roofing and Renovations. Nail your next project with us.
Hey, you did better than
that was probably my best
Matt
one
Jones
yet.
did on his first read. He murdered our first read.
That was perfect.
So, Coach, let's get into a little bit of the spring football dates. I brought up you all started on the 20th, from what I can tell here.
Correct.
And you're having, 4 practices a week and leading up to a spring game. So give us a little bit of timeline there, when the spring game is, and how things are going so far.
It's going good. Like you said, we started a week ago today. Went Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So we, as soon as school's out, we get them and meet them and watch film with them. And then get out. And like I said, we've divided up totally in the offense and defense. Kind of gets kind of thin in some places. But it's been good. And the key thing I told our staff is, from the film that I've watched, I think I know who has a chance to play. So it's all about just finding some of these young kids who don't have any experience to see if they'll bite. Because we know that we're going to have some kids go both ways. There's no question about that. That's going to be unavoidable. But if we can find some of these younger kids that'll bite and cover some kicks and be on the punt team, that's a chance where we can get some kids some rest. Mm-hmm. And so, we're short and sweet with everything we do. I don't think kids have an attention span over 2 hours. I think if you keep them out there longer than that, you're going to lose them. So we're going an hour and 45 minutes, and I think in our first 4 practices, we've had 172 gradable plays. We're coaching on the run. We're coaching on the run and coaching in the film room, just like they do it at the next level. And so we'll play our spring game this coming Friday night at 7 o'clock. Not sure exactly how that'll go. Just going to kind of play it by the ear and get done what we can get done. The kids want to do something, and so that's important to let them do something. But we also got to make sure we get out of there healthy.
Yeah.
And then, the following week after that still gives us 2 days where we can go out and do some stuff, and then also try to get our 8th grade, our incoming freshmen, back out there and do some stuff with them. Because since we've been divided up, offense, defense, our coaches haven't been free, because we can't intermingle the 8th graders with the older kids. And so we'll get back and do something after that, and then, get through school, get through summer, and then get ready through summer, summer practice in July. Kentucky practices football way too long. The amount of time that we get in July leading into your first game of the season, it's way too long. It seems like you get a million practices. And so when I was in Florida, which is a much better football state than the state of Kentucky, before we played our first game, we had 12 practices.
Wow.
So, it's kind of asinine, I think, how much practice time we get. But we got it. We're going to use it and be smart with what we do with it.
So you've kind of talked about when you was at Parrish, you had a great practice plan and all this and that. When you're putting together a practice plan, how much of it is just putting stuff together where kids are competing, and how much is like offense install, defense install, stuff like that?
Well, I think we're going to try to get our competition through playing football.
Yeah.
I think the only way you can get better at playing football is to play football. And so we're going to have team periods, we're going to have group periods where we're going against each other, and flipping a tire doesn't make anybody a better offensive lineman.
but blocking a 3 technique and reaching a 5 technique makes you a better offensive lineman. And so we're gonna go and play football, and we're gonna practice football in the time we have. And the way, as I said, the way that we're doing it, is it the right way? Well, that's the right way for us. Might not be the right way for everybody. And as I said, I'm not worried about what everybody else is doing. We're going to go out there and do what we think is right, and we're getting great competition. And we're going to coach the skills. We're going to coach the skills that we think that we're going to have to use in the schemes that we're using. And we're going to be very smart with our time. We're here. We're A to B to C. We're moving and running around, and nobody's standing around. As I said, in a 12-minute team period, we're getting 22 snaps. Because as I said, the only way we can get better at doing something is to continually do it. And we're filming everything, and we're going to coach off of that with meetings, and get it done that way. Because I'm not going to ask the kids to be there for 3 hours. I'm not going to do it. I don't have the attention span to do that. And to be quite frank with you, I love my wife. I want to see my wife.
I mean, now she was with you last year, cracking the whip to make sure you answered.
Well, I'm scared.
Right,
I'm scared of her.
Yeah,
I'm scared of her. She rules the roost, and I'm just really good at saying yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, that's how you stay married.
That's going on almost 30 years, and so my daddy taught me that early. Just yes, ma'am. Just say yes, ma'am a lot. But we're fast and furious in everything we're doing because we want to be very efficient with our time. And as we said, football's hard. It requires a time commitment, and so I think if you expand that time commitment, it makes it a whole lot harder. And not only that, it makes it a lot harder on the parents. Because the parents are the ones for the freshmen and sophomores that are making a lot of the sacrifice too, because they gotta be there and wait. And when mom and daddy are waiting out there in the parking lot for 35 or 40 minutes, they're not real happy. And I guarantee you they're griping to the kid.
Yeah.
So we got them in there. We're in and out. We started today. We started practice day at 4:15, and we went a little bit shorter because I had to get here. But we're generally off. We're off in an hour and 35 to an hour and 45 minutes.
Well, I mean, if you need to take some sprints out on us, Sean is more than willing to run sprints for making you cut practice short.
Well, Sean, I would never ask you to run sprints because I ain't running sprints.
Well, I mean, I would die, so,
Well, we don't want that.
Yeah. We'll just let Skylar run the sprints.
Yeah, we'll let Skylar run the sprints and do that.
You mentioned film work, and I know that not a lot of high schools in Kentucky, had that ability still yet. It's growing, but do they get a lot? I mean, is that something you really kind of push? I mean, do practice as much as possible, and then be able to watch yourself back and see where you made the mistake, and being able to point it out on the field is one thing, but being able to have the player see it. To me, is a different thing.
It's 100%. We're going to film a wide. We're going to film an end zone, and we're going to get them in there. Now, we're not going to sit in a film session for 45 minutes because once again, kids can't stand there that long. They've been in school all day. The last thing they want to do is be in school again.
Yeah, they don't want to learn more.
So we're going to cut it up. We're going to put the notes on the film, and we may just show them. We may show them 15 clips.
Yeah.
And hopefully 10 of them are probably bad. What you did wrong, how to fix it, but we're also going to show them some good because there's got to be some positive reinforcement in with that. But we're going to coach off of film.
Yeah.
We're going to coach off of film because they have to see it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time I got the block. Well, you got the block because the running back made a cut off the block. You didn't get the block. And so that they have to see that, then quarterbacks especially have to see it because if you're teaching them to read the boundary safety, they've got to understand boundary kickoff or I'm staying on the hash, and if boundary kickoff, I'm working this field. If I stay on the hash, I'm working this side, so they've actually got to see that.
So, I mean, you brought up quarterback. I wasn't going to. You got anybody in mind? Got a couple kids going for the position?
I think, I mean,
Carter Music should be our quarterback. Yeah. I think that he's got he's a Mustang. Yeah. He needs broke.
Yep.
He needs broke, but he's got a phenomenal quick release. Very good runner, but right now I'm scared his bad would be better than his good on some things, and that just comes with repetition. You know, that just comes with repetition. Maybe doing him a little bit of harm by the way we're practicing in regards because he's throwing to some kids that just aren't ready to catch the ball. That that he's throwing out there, but just throw it on target. You can't catch it for him. You can't catch it for him. Jerry Rice dropped him every now and then, not very often. Okay, but
if it was in his catch radius, he was grabbing it.
Yeah, right? There's no doubt about it, especially in Super Bowl 23. But get back on my Bengals there. But you just got to throw it and you got to deliver it and get it to where it's supposed to go. Yeah. And we're working on that. And I think that he's going to do a really, really good job. And Coach Window, our quarterback coach, is doing an incredible job coaching him. And we've got a couple other guys that I think can come in there and can play quarterback. Trey Davis played some quarterback last year. Yep. But we're working him right now at safety because I think at the next level that's where he's going to have his best chance to play. And when people are going to come and watch spring practice, that's the fairest thing for him is to get looked at where we know he's going to play offense for us. We know that.
Right.
But he's getting a chance every day, all day to work at safety, which is going to be his best position at the next level.
Schedule-wise, what does that look like? Are y'all doing the? Are y'all playing Hurricane again this year?
No, we are Hurricane.
Say it right, Wes.
I said
Hurricane.
You're right. As soon as I said it,
it's Hurricane.
I went, I said it wrong.
It's Hurricane. No, we're going to play Huntington High. We're going to play Huntington High in that ball game. That's kind of been a cluster. There weren't any contracts signed, and it was kind of a cluster. But we'll open up with Great Crossing. They played Scott County last year, and then we'll get Great Crossing this year. So we'll open up at Great Crossing, and then we'll play Huntington High. And I probably won't get all these in order. Then of course we've got the rivalry game week 3, and then week 4, I think we play Henry Clay. Week 5 we play Woodford County. Week 6 we play West Jessamine. Week 7 I believe we go to Henderson County. And then we got our 3 district games, and we're open, that last week of the regular season, then going into the playoffs.
Gotcha.
So, talking about the schedule, you play 10 in a row before you get a break. How challenging is that to manage everybody's health and just cross your fingers?
I hadn't done it.
Okay, that's first.
It wouldn't be my preference.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be my preference, but that's not true because in Division II football and NCAA Division II, you don't get an open week. You play 10 straight, so I'm not worried so much about the 10 straight as I am hoping, that we've got a pretty good team and you're playing really well, then you get that week off because when you're playing good, you want to keep playing. And so I'm not excited at all about week 11 as an open date. I would rather have it more in the middle where you can kind of catch your breath. What's really good is when it's fall break and then you can just take a week off.
Right.
But I said that for my wife. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, it's more. I don't
schedule
want
already made for you.
Yeah, it was already done. It was already done. And then of course the redistricting and everything takes place in 27, 28. So, which will still be 6A and still be in the same district and still be in the same region and go off for there,
It's interesting that those that all 3 district opponents, it was the exact same way last year, ended with those 1, 2, 3, boom, and then that week off prior to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's that
it may be a good thing. I hope I can look back on it and say it was a good thing.
but we'll see. I would say it's a pretty good thing if you're first or second. If you're fourth, you're probably like, oh gosh, So you'll see how that goes. But I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, if there's people when it came open, that's such a great job. I mean, it can be such a great job, and then that's just a tough job. And like I said, if you only took the good jobs, only half the jobs would be filled.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody would ever take Kentucky. You would never take the Kentucky job. You would never take the Vandy job. You would never take the Indiana job.
Right.
But you take the jobs and you turn it into what you think it can be. Or like when I had the UVA White's job, they had won three games in 2 years. And then my first year there, we went 5 and 6. No, we went 6 and 5. And then the next year we went 5 and 6, and then the following year we went 5 and 6. So we were 15 and 15 in 3 years, and then we switched conferences and got in a conference that we had no business being in. So didn't get the program to where I think it could have gotten, that I'd hoped it could have gotten. Got it better than it had ever been in Division II, but not gotten it over the hump. Of course, got fired, and then the coach that took my position bought my house, which was awesome. And then when he came up, we were just talking. I said, Coach, I just want you to know, I wish you all the luck in the world. This team you're getting ready to coach, 80 of those kids I recruited, they mean the world to me. And I want you to win, and I want you to do better than anybody ever thought for 2 reasons. Number one, because of those kids. And number 2, I just want to know how you did it. Because I couldn't. And I just want to know how you did it. Yeah. Because nobody has done it here in Division II. And if you get it done, awesome. You didn't get me fired. You didn't have anything to do with that. I wish you all the luck in the world. And plus, you gave me a pretty good price for my house. So I hope you do a great job.
That's great. How has he done there? Have you
Not good at all. Yeah. It's a tough gig. I mean, it's just a tough gig.
Well, and like you said, switching to a division you didn't need to be.
We stayed Division II, but when I first got that job, we were in the Mountain East, which was all West Virginia schools and 2 schools in Ohio. Well, we were all public schools, so we were all funded the same way. And then we switched into the South Atlantic Conference, which was Carson Newman, Wingate, Mars Hill, Newberry. And the way Division II does the scholarships, you get 36 football scholarships. And that's not counting what you get through the school. Your academic money, your Wingate grants or whatever it was. So, you're a public school, it's a lot cheaper. You're exactly right, but we don't have any fake money. Football scholarship money had to be real money. Yeah. So we go in and play Wingate the last game of the year in 2019. And we're 2-8. Have been in every game. We just can't beat those because our first 11 were as good as our first 11, but our 15th looked like me. And they're starting. Kyle Duggar, the guy the Bengals just signed, that safety play for Lenore Ryan. He might have scored another punt return on me just now. But we go in and are playing Wingate, and Joe Reich is their head coach, who's Frank Reich's brother.
Okay.
I said, Joe, honestly, where are you guys at? Because you're allowed to have 36, but that's not counting your money. He goes, we're at 96. They had 96 scholarships.
Golly.
And I had 30. Now, in the Mountain East, we were all the same. We were 15 and 15. Right. Our last game in the Mountain East, we beat Shepherd, who had won that league almost every year of its existence. We went to Shepherd.
Isn't that where Tyson Bagent played?
Yeah. He might have just thrown a touchdown pass on us again too.
Well, can you believe you pulled that out of your head?
Pretty good.
He's a Bears fan.
But I will tell you this: Tyson
doesn't mean anything.
Tyson Badgett's 0-1 against me. But Cameron Duggar is 1-0 against me. But but that is exactly where he played his freshman year. His freshman year was that year, and he was pretty good. There was no doubt that. You knew that he was not that good, but you knew that he was going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
That is a good pull right there. Yeah. That's a good pull.
I get one every now and then.
Very rarely.
Very
Now,
very
blind
rare.
squirrel finds a nut. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of a blind
Well, I'm
squirrel.
trying to stand out.
you're doing a good job.
And looking to stand out, Incubator Designs has you covered with custom apparel, branding, and unique products built to turn heads. Whether it's for your team, your business, or the next big idea, they bring creativity and quality together like nobody else. Incubative Designs. If you can think it, they can ink it. We'll be right back for our last segment.
Got a dent or scratch, no need to despair. Jacob's Auto Body, we're beyond compare. Custom paint so sleek, insurance on our side. 70 years of trust, we're your hometown pride. Jacob's Auto Body will make it like new. 859-274-7425 is the clue. Jacob's Auto Body, run the show.
At Keystone Financial Group, we focus on what's important, you. As an independent firm, we have access to a wide range of financial services and objective research to help ensure your wealth is proactively managed. Call Joel Godby or John Morton today at Keystone Financial Group, 859-432-1084 for your local retirement and investment advice.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Keystone Financial Group, a registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial.
When you can't fit the car in the garage anymore, or the guest bedroom is overrun with junk, it's time for a Rumpke open-top dumpster. Rumpke offers open-top dumpsters in a variety of sizes and are often delivered the next day. You fill the container with unwanted material on your schedule, and Rumpke takes care of the rest. Don't wait to reclaim your space. Contact the waste and recycling experts at Rumpke today. Rumpke, waste and recycling, done right.
I still can't believe she's gone. I don't know how we're going to plan all of this.
I know. I felt the same way when your granddad passed. The Kaufman Funeral Home really helped us get through it.
Were they compassionate?
More than that, they took care of us. They made us feel like family. They handled the entire situation from beginning to end.
At Kaufman Funeral Home and Crematorium in Mount Sterling, Kentucky, we're honored to walk beside your family with dignity and compassion every step of the way.
That's exactly what we need right now.
Kaufman Funeral Home, where we believe every life is a beautiful story that deserves to be honored with love, dignity, and heartfelt celebration.
Spring is here. Are you sure your roof is ready for the rain? Winter weather can leave behind hidden damage like loose shingles, cracked flashing, and clogged gutters, all of which can lead to costly leaks. At CRC Roofing and Renovations, we provide expert spring roof maintenance, leak prevention, and repairs to keep your home safe and dry. Don't wait until water damage ruins your home. Call CRC Roofing and Renovations today at 859-327-3913 or visit our website to schedule your free spring roof inspection. Protect your home with Central Kentucky's trusted roofing experts.
Anthony is using Community Trust Bank's mobile banking with Zelle to have the driveway shoveled. His part of the big lunch meeting and the birthday gift for the niece that was due yesterday. That means Anthony made it on time to watch the big game and see the home team score the winning shot. Mobile banking with Zelle at Community Trust Bank. Fast, easy, and secure.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
At Community Trust Bank, it's more than banking. It's about building relationships, proudly serving our local communities with personalized service, trusted advice, financial solutions that fit your life. Stop in today and see the difference with Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Speaking of, Friday, May 1st from 11 to 1, brand new grand opening across the street over here. So go in and say hi to them, sign up for a new account, and tell them the From Corner to Corner podcast sent you. So, all right.
And if you do, they'll give you a free checking account.
Yep, absolutely.
And probably a good sucker.
Careful.
Be
money,
careful. Yeah, coach is like, with money in
With
it?
money in it?
Not with money in it.
Okay, because I'll be here if there is.
I know that because I asked them at the last ribbon cutting, and they said, come on over. Podcast gets a free checking account.
Right.
So does everybody else.
There you go. So we're back here. We've been with Coach Damron, the new GRC head football coach. Coach, great interview for sure. Appreciate you coming and spending some time with us on a Monday night for sure. I know it's been a long day for you. So before we wrap up, let's do our awards and stuff, and then we'll close out here. Looking at our Simply Secured Athlete of the Week for last week, from Menifee Baseball, Caleb Masters, who was 6 for 10 with a home run, 4 runs, 4 RBIs, and 7 of 7 on the stolen bases. So congratulations to Caleb Masters, our Simply Secured Athlete of the Week for last week. And then looking at our Mays Law Office's People's Champ, Bath County continues to roll with the voting. I'm a little disappointed in GRC. Last year they were owning softball season.
They still had a good showing.
Yeah. So Addie Reed, People's Champ for Bath County. And then our Rumpke's Dog of the Week, Maddie Easterling. Was you able to attach the video, Daron?
Do the nominees and then I'll.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to that because I got a video. You're going to want to see this, and you'll know why she was the Dog of the Week. Simply Secured Athlete of the Week nominees this week from Montgomery County on the fishing side of it, Zoe Ingram and Maddie Wells. They were the all-girls region champs. Clark County softball, Jordan Abner, 6 of 10, 6 runs, 8 RBIs, and a home run. Menifee County baseball, Landon Brewer, 3 of 7, 2 runs, and an RBI. And then Bath County softball, Kylie Hodson, 3 for 5, 3 RBIs, a shutout with 4 strikeouts. So great job there for all of those guys and gals. And so we'll have that post out Wednesday morning so we can start on the voting for the People's Champ. What about now, Darren?
Go ahead.
So Maddie Easterling, she won first place in 2 seconds in these conditions.
Good grief. Oh, and wait a minute.
She's doing
this is hurdles.
Yeah.
Look at the rain.
Yeah. You should hear the rain on the video. It is unbelievable.
Huh.
An absolute torrential downpour. She actually lost her contacts while she was running and could barely see the hurdles. And she still won. So
I'm glad you said she won. That girl right there in second was catching quick.
Yeah, it's right there. So congratulations to Maddie, friend of the show. She's been on the show several times. But when I saw that video and I read the post, I'm like, yep, she's the Rumpke's Dog of the Week.
Here's the question: is that whatever her time is, did it get better because the wind was coming directly at her? She wasn't
She was dead into the wind.
She wasn't being helped. She was being hurt.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she gets a better time.
No,
they'll put time on it if you're being helped a lot of the times.
That was a 3-club wind.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was intense. So
can you imagine how fast she'd have been if she didn't been able to see the hurdles instead of just going by feel?
You said contacts too. It wasn't just one.
Yeah, no, it said contacts. She lost her contacts. I mean, and it's like it's almost like in slow motion because not in that rain, she's running way faster.
Yeah.
So because she's fast anyway. So
I really feel sorry. I really feel sorry for the girl that got second because she put in a valiant effort to close that gap and missed by 10 yards?
Yeah, less than that.
Yeah. If it goes very much further, she's probably catching her. So, but great job on that from Addie. Next week's guest. Oh,
yeah.
I'm glad you said that. We have Expression Prep head basketball coach Jason Mays will be on the show. So we'll be able to talk to Coach Mays about his new business that he's got going and his move to prep basketball.
Yeah.
So be fun to have him on the show for sure. So, Coach, again, thanks for coming on. You guys got any final questions for Coach?
Just good luck on the season. I mean, I know you're excited. It's, bringing the new branding, trying to start a new culture and everything. Good luck, and excited to see some GRC football this year.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I truly am excited. I welcome the challenge.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be fun.
Nice.
And don't forget, I'm a 2X.
You got to wear it on the show.
Oh, he will.
You bring it, I'll wear it.
He don't care. He don't care. He's a promoter kind of guy. So
I'll get it to John Ledford. He's going to be a big Clark County fan now.
Oh, okay.
Well.
John Ledford, we got some business to discuss.
It's a done deal. Those Georgetown ties run deep.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Another great episode of the From Corner to Corner podcast, as always. Thanks again to all of our sponsors, especially Community Trust Bank, who's been backing us since day one, and they are the official sponsor of the From Corner to Corner podcast.
That's why their
Coaches
right
Corner.
up here.
Yeah, that's why
In
their name
big
is
letters.
there. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Go Cards.
The From Corner to Corner podcast wants to send a huge thank you to all our amazing sponsors who help keep this show rolling each week. Your support lets us keep covering local sports, sharing stories, and building community together. We truly couldn't do it without you. Thank you for believing in us, and let's keep making an impact together.
The Moco Four Horsemen would like to thank you for listening to From Corner to Corner. Be sure to go out and follow us on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Whatever podcast platform that you listen to us on, be sure to go out and give us a 5-star review. Thanks as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week.